actually package Q in an AMPO. This is one of the most sophisticated packages we've done in a while. We have 5 flights, all doing different purposes. The good news is we're in the same geographic area. Our mission is to destroy, it's threefold, is to destroy Anshan Airfield. There's 1x airfield, runway that's still up, and also to turret factories in Nampo and Nampo Harbor. We'll discuss targets for those later. The tertiary mission is to engage and destroy all SAMs in the area, primarily SA-2s, possibly pop-ups, and possibly AAA. The biggest threats in this mission are SAMs, AAA, as well as Su-30s and Chinese aircraft J-11s, etc. coming in from the north. The primary North Korean airfield is not Shenyang, but it's the one that's way further east. I think it's called Lihue. They have a bunch of shit. 21s that have adders. They have J-11s, Su-30s. So we got to respect the threat. It's the same shit. We've been doing this for a long time now. It's just important that we just make sure we're scanning north. The execution of the mission is as follows. The Escort is going to be taking off second. But I should start let me just start with the Interdictions. The Interdiction's taking off first. Their mission is to destroy SA-2 on the west coast, designate Sniper 1. The SA-2s that are on the target, there's so many of them, we're not going to give them sniper calls because it's just confusing. But Sniper 1 is the mission critical SAM. It's on the west coast, and it's actually on an airfield, so really expand that HAD page and make sure we're taking out the fan song and not the radar. Once Sniper 1 is eliminated, the package will progress and establish a cap position west of Nampo Harbor by about 30 nautical. The Escort, by which its steer points are made, will actually overtake the Interdiction, theoretically. That probably won't happen. The steer points for the Interdiction are theoretical. The steer 5 is the airfield that we're taking out, Anshan, and steer 6 is the Nampo Harbor and industrial sector. Those are just there for reference so that they know where the strikes are going. But do not expect them to fly there. They're limited. Their airspace, I'm going to say, is just outside the SA-2 threat ring. If you aggregate the SA-2 threat rings, that's kind of where I want you to be, just to the west, kind of close to where the Escort is. The Escort. Yeah.
No, I understand.
Okay. The Escort's job, Shark 3, is to provide air superiority over the target, as well as prevent any kind of ambushes coming from the north. Ideally, it's at discretion of flight lead, but we're doing grinders north-south. Make sure we're looking north. The chance of intercept from the northeast is slim. It could happen. It's slim. Right now, there's a suicide package going into Pyongyang. They'll be on their way back. So anything that is probably going to intercept is probably going to intercept them before it reaches us. But it's one of those things where you got to keep getting radars or maintain radars north. Keep looking for stuff to come in. If you do receive contact, J-11s or something serious, engage. Minimum engagement range is 23 nautical, or engage at 40 nautical and fire at 23. And at 23, break the lock, snip it, and go defensive. Expect adder. It's standard tactics. Just make sure you respect the threats. The 21s, because we're flying against the Chinese, let's just respect the 21s as much as we do the J-11s. They're not as fast, so their closure rate's not as fast, but still get the long 6 off at 23 if you can, or definitely by 20. But again, they have a range advantage that we all know about. So those are the primary threats: Sniper 1, SA-2, West Coast, the air threat coming in from the north, as well as a collection of about 3 SA-2 batteries on the target. Because there's so many of them, and I don't know even what's going to be there, I'm not going to give them sniper calls. The way this is going to work, I mentioned the threats and kind of what the general plan is, but the way this is going to work is that the Interdiction is going to lead us in, take out Sniper 1. The Escort will be a minute behind, approximately, just for air superiority. Once the C flight gets to steer 4, they're going to check right onto the target, and sort the various radars, however it needs to be done, and launch harms on the radars. The deep strikes, which are Lobo 3, attacking the Nampo, and Lobo 1. That's might be kind of confusing. We may change that, but Lobo 3 and Lobo 1, we are not cleared into that airspace unless the SA-2s are taken out. If by chance only half of the SA-2 raiders get taken out, we can consider a nap of the Earth attack from the west. However, that is contingent on the success of Level 1, the Oka Strike. Their mission is incredibly critical. I have to look, but there are MiG-29s on that airfield. Not many of them, but there are. So that is incredibly dangerous in this scenario because they have adders. In fact, they're S4 Su-30s. So that's the most critical threat of this entire mission, I'm going to argue, is the Sanshan airfield. We need to make sure that the Escort is not only looking north, but scanning low over that airfield, making sure no launch activity is detected. But in fact, I'm not going to even have the Oka Strike wait. They're going to go in from the very beginning, regardless of the status of the SA-2s. Just recommend that you go low before you get inside the threat circles, go nap of the Earth, and get the airfield down. Otherwise, their entire package is compromised. The deep strike will, Level 3, led by myself, attacking Nampo. We will only proceed into the airspace once all SA-2s are taken out. Once bombs are on target and our two targets, we're going to egress west, not south, west, and fly the flight plan all the way back home. If there's an emergency and something's going wrong, you can try egressing south. You're not going to be cleared to do it, basically, but if you have to, you can try it, but there's an SA-2 in the way. It's not good. You're flying over land. We just don't want to do that. So your safest bet is to flow west with the rest of the package if you're tumbleweed or whatever. But again, if you lose avionics and you're completely in Shitsville, if you flow south, understand that there is an SA-2 in the way, so be wary of that. That's the package. It's pretty complicated. The TOT doesn't need to be respected nearly as much as the spacing of the package. Interdiction goes first, Escort second, the strikes are last. The Oka goes in regardless of the status of the SA-2s on target. The 4-ship strike attacking Nampo waits until the SA-2s are taken down. Are there any questions?
So regardless of the interdiction taking out those SA-2s, we're just going to roll balls deep into the Oka, regardless of the status? That's
correct.
Okay. From Steer 4, plan on us going NOE then?
Perfectly fine. You should have no problem.
Okay.
Because there's so much shit up on high altitude, you should have no problem infiltrating the airspace. The biggest issue I see happening with you is a scramble, which is like a Fox Ray close situation from their standpoint and our standpoint. So
I'm expecting it. I haven't reconned the airfield yet, but I will. Is the radar up?
Yeah, it's up.
Okay.
With the one suggestion. Real quick, with the Escort, do you want us to stay out of the scramble zone while you're doing your Oka strike?
Correct. Just be within Fox Ray long range, so like 20 to 30 nautical. Should be fine.
As far as the Lobo 1 Oka Strike loadout goes, I would suggest have an extra heater, just in case we have scramblers when rolling into the airfield close.
That's fine. So that's flow through.
Yeah, I'll take care of the loadout in a minute. I guess my biggest concern here is that it's inclement weather, and I don't know if we're going to be able to see anything anyway, so... But yeah, we'll do non-standard two heaters, 2 slammers, and we'll go NOE at Steer 4. My only request is that as we push in from Steer 4, that the Escort, since we're going to be penetrating the radar airspace, that the Escort push in with us and cover us from above, what, like 20K?
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. There's no further questions on the for the package perspective. Vic, you can lead us off.
Sean Tower, you are cleared for takeoff. Runway
So we're still doing uniform 17 when we take off, right?
Scud 44, Coon Sean Tower, you are cleared for takeoff. Runway
Check on uniform 17 when able. If you don't hear it, if I don't hear you, default back to uniform 1.
Resume on navigation. Lobo 1, Kunshan Tower. Resume on navigation. Stud 4, Kunshan Tower. Resume on navigation. Shark 2,
Check right, steer 2.
Turn right, heading 130. Vectors to final, runway 1.
Stud 4, emissions are coming from the naval base below us.
Cowboy 1 checking right, steer 4, NOE.
Shark 3 checking right, steer 5. High cover.
Stud 4-1, defend AAA.
15 degrees, or 20 degrees nose down. Looking for 500 AGL, steer 4.
Copy. Do you want to eat trail and do you want to go radar silent?
Negative, yeah, stay trail of me. We'll be radar on. Actually, let's go radar off now.
2 are taking left. We'll be spacing it out.
Copy. Maintain 5 mile spacing.
Copy. 5 mile space trail.
And we'll be music on at steer 4 for steer 5, not before.
Copy.
All flights, Cowboy 1 is radar off, proceeding NOE steer 4 now.
Altitude.
Got mud.
Magic
Active,
Magic Killer 1,
2
Roger,
o'clock.
continue to press. No contacts vicinity of the airbase.
Be maintaining 480 on the speed once we're established at NOE.
Okay, flight be advised, there's a lot of AAA on the line between Stair 4 and the Logo 3's target.
Splashes in the ground at 2 o'clock. 1 o'clock.
Leveling out here.
Magnum.
Stud 4, Magnum Sniper 2 south.
Stud 4 Magic tracking.
Shark 3 is possible scramblers, 308 for 100, Angels 1.
Two solid
Magic
trail off
Shark 3
left.
looking.
Got Nels 29,
Flights
10
be
o'clock.
advised, it's scramblers.
Yeah.
Cowboy 1, we need you to extend southwest.
Shark 3 is in on the scramble.
Cowboy 1 copies. We're going to check right for 080, and then we'll check back towards Steer 5 after it's neutralized.
Magic to package confirmed scramblers from target airbase, 2-ship bandit group. 304 for 103 in the weeds.
Let's go, or drop your
103.
drop your tanks now.
Stud 4 extending northwest.
3, Fox 3 medium.
2 tanks away.
Copy.
1, Fox
Shark
3
1,
long.
Fox 3 long, 304, 105.
Shark 3 confirmed those are hostile.
2, Fox 3 long.
Shark Cowboy, we're proceeding on a heading of 083 for steer. We're going to extend south of steer 5. Request update to picture.
Cowboy 1, Magic.
Not talking to you.
Picture clear, contacts have faded.
Visual on target airbase.
Copy, same.
No further contacts at this time.
Got more nails, 29. Looks like they might be splashed.
2 naked 29s.
Copy. Let's go music on.
2.
All flights, Cowboy 1 proceeding on steer 5, music on.
1, Fox 3 medium.
9 miles to steer 5.
Shark 3, 1, Fox
Copy,
3,
Nails 29 's back, 10 o'clock.
103.
Shark 3 Magic, yep, that's a hostile.
Alright, you got the
330.
left runway, I got the right runway.
1 ship left.
Got Spike 29 defensive. Go defensive 180. Cowboy 1, Spike 29, 180 now.
Shark 3, Cowboy 1, break, missile in the air.
Two with me, 180.
Copy 2 on you.
Check 230.
Turning in east.
Clear.
Shark Cowboy request status.
Shark splash missiles contacts. Be advised, missiles might still be active. Watch out.
Roger, we're not getting any spike indications. We're going to proceed on steer towards steer 5.
Cowboy 1, level 3, roger, proceed on target.
Check back towards steer 5.
Flight, all flights magic, scopes are now clear.
It's fucking dangerous. Alright, you got the left runway, I got the right runway. We're going to be checking towards steer 6 momentarily.
Copy that.
They know we're here, we can go radar on.
Keep.
Altitude. Altitude.
Magic Cowboy 1, declare 331-102, 3000 northwest.
Say again, your bullseye, 331.
Sentry 1, Lobo 1-1. Declare.
Check left steer 6.
Lobo
disregard.
1-1. Sentry 1. Contact
Contact
is
showing up,
approaching.
331102, Angels 2 is an AN-72, call to you.
Shit. The runway heading's all fucked up. Let's go and check right for steer 6.
Copy, runway heading 020, confirm.
Shark 33 has S-230s on the taxiway.
Copy, Cowboy 1's expediting. Let's burn up.
Copy, burning. Let's crush those motherfuckers. Visual my target.
Stud
Got
for,
AAA.
be advised, AAA on
Copy. Going close entering.
Stay low.
Mud 2, 3
Altitude.
o'clock.
Altitude.
Copy.
Shark 3 spikes.
Checking in for
steer.
steer.
My 6.
Aligning.
Altitude. Altitude.
Stud 4, contacts would be Sniper 2 to the east or to the north of the river.
Watch out for AAA.
Altitude.
To the south hazard.
Altitude.
Miles away. Miles away. Miles away. Miles away. Miles away. Miles away.
Off.
Bombs away. 2
Miles
check.
away. Magnum.
Cowboy 1 splash, airbase flowing 290.
Chaff flare.
Magnum AAA on target airbase.
All flights be advised, level 3, pushing target.
Level 3, be advised, snipers 2 north and med are still up, but they're intermittent.
1 be advised, taking
Level
AAA
3
fire.
Copy. Elevator up. Burn.
You're clear now. Mud 2 is still active, 7 o'clock.
Naked.